David Saritsky for the Bond Experience. Welcome, Washington, D.C. on the Potomac. I'm here with my friend Dexter. Nice to see you again.
It's awesome to see you.
Awesome to see you. And thanks for this day, by the way. It's been raining and now you cleared it up for us.
It's been a great day. That's our luck. I've learned when I hang out with Bond fans that we have low expectations and good things happen.
Yeah, and that's exactly what we do. And we get into places like this boat. This is your Deny Everything.
Named after the Spy Museum. We were sitting there, my brother and I, going over names a few years ago, and finally Deny Everything spoke to us. So that was our theme. Now we're married. It's a little different, but we still have the name.
Now, not you and your brother, you and your wife.
Exactly. And
yeah,
his
so
wife.
let's clear that up, because there's an international audience out here.
Absolutely.
So here's the deal. A little bit of trivia. So James Bond himself, and this is the Bond Experience, as you well know.
Absolutely.
You've been watching it for years. James Bond rides a boat in, well, he's on a boat in almost every film except for one. Do you know the one film? Tick, 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 tickety tick.
Let's go with
tick.
Goldfinger.
Oh, shut up, you. It's almost like someone.
I almost said Moonraker, but let's go with Goldfinger.
You're absolutely right. So almost every Bond film, James Bond is on a boat. In many of them, he actually uses a boat, and yet the Bond Experience has never learned how to ride a boat, how to drive a boat. I'm not even saying it correctly. So the reality is we would love you to walk us through the basics of boating, safety, anything you want to go over with us, because you know what? If I'm getting chased down this pier by bad guys and I'm Bond, I don't know how to drive this thing. I'm doomed. I'm jumping in the water before I jump in the boat.
Right to that. I understand.
Can you help us?
Absolutely. We'll make this happen.
All right, and you can help all of them, right?
Yeah, that's not a problem. You know, boats, motorcycles, airplanes, whatever you need, David's here to help you.
And by the way, we would put gas in this, but this is what's more important. You may notice that one of the co-captains, Joe, is actually putting in Corona, which sometimes is more important than gas. If you run out of gas, it's okay, but if you run out of Corona, that's horrific. Anyway, let's get on. Let's have some fun. All right, so the first thing is we got to take off the lines, right? This boat is moored.
The boat is docked up, so you want to make sure you have a line forward, a line aft, and what's called a spring line. That stops you from like going back and forth a little bit. My brother, he's an expert when it comes to the lines.
Hello!
So what he's going to do is take off the forward line, and while he's doing that, we actually have the blower on. The blower gets rid of the fumes that are in the engine. If you have too many fumes in the engine, gas fumes, oil fumes, you've seen Miami Vice?
Oh yeah.
Boom. Many James Bond movies? Boom. And
so literally, you need a key like a car. I mean, this is basic stuff, but this is not going to start without that key.
It's not going to start without the key.
Okay.
And there's two engines. We have two 250s inboard, outboard.
And by the way, what kind of boat is this?
This is a 30-foot Durrell. So it's a 2000 30-foot Durrell. It's been mothballs for a few years. We're just now getting it up to speed.
That's perfect.
But we're so glad you guys can join us today.
It's going to be great. We can't wait. All
right. So we're going to go ahead and start the port engine, which means left.
This would look really nice if they didn't have a lot of scaffolding around.
Tell you what, we'll start the starboard one first.
This is real world stuff. We love this.
I know. This is
bad guys are chasing us. This is almost like the movies. The engines aren't quite starting.
They're not starting. Keep airing it out. No, absolutely. Joe? They're coming.
I think maybe we should hail a cab.
And there's a bathroom right there too. You know?
We don't need anything else. We don't need this boat to move.
We don't need it. It'd be nice if it did.
I love how you
My
look at the
wife and kids would love to see me.
Aww.
But that being said, I gotta be honest, we'll get this fixed.
Yeah.
Let me make a quick phone call. I got a boat guy.
Everybody needs a boat guy.
I got a boat guy. It was just a little shake. It wasn't totally neutral.
What was the situation? What was wrong?
So we were being chased by some Bond villains. They sabotaged the boat. And no, realistically, a little thing can make a big difference no matter what you do in boating. This right here is the throttle. It allows you to go forward and backwards. There's two different engines. It controls both.
Yeah, you had
it. If it's not totally in neutral, the boat won't start.
And it's smart like that.
It makes sense because you don't want the boat to start and go forward or backwards. But I didn't have it in neutral. And know what it took? A call to Dad.
We love Dad.
Yeah, we've all been there. Very embarrassing.
Onward. So you're hitting that again, you just pushed it forward. What did you do? You put it into like a drive or something?
Yeah, I put both engines into forward drive. The cool thing about a boat is you can actually play with it. You can pivot and point by like having one go reverse. Jump on, Joe. Nice. One can go reverse, one can go forward, and that can make you circle left or right in place. It's really cool.
Here we go.
I would say the biggest thing overall is to never panic and try not to go too fast for your own comfort zone, because there'll always be situations where it's dicey.
And there's a speed limit in these. I mean, obviously.
This is called the no wake zone. So whenever you're on other boats, you want to go about 6 miles an hour, and you don't want the chop to disturb other boats.
Right.
But once we get out further, we'll get it up on plane, which means we'll go probably about 35 miles an hour.
So I noticed that your dashboard there is very similar to a car.
It is.
And it doesn't read it in knots, it reads it in miles per hour. Is that typical, or?
You know, that is pretty typical. These are the RPMs for each engine. You
Right.
see all like the oil, the trim, and the
Yeah.
temperature gauges for each engine. So there's this port and a starboard engine. Port is left, starboard's right. And then the middle gauge tells you how fast you're going. Then you have fuel gauges, you have how many hours the engine's been working.
So
all
far
these
it's not
things.
too foreign, to be honest
not.
with you.
It's pretty simple. There are basic just rules of the road that you have to know. Make sure you don't run aground. Make sure that you respect other boats. There's rules for sailboats and rules for motorboats. And there's rules when you're around other boats that aren't moving or that are less capable than you.
What about manatees? Special.
In
things you
DC, we're not a big manatee country.
Oh.
Sharks, definitely crazy.
The freshwater
You know,
Golden Grotto sharks.
The most dangerous, the most
as
deadly.
you can
They
see
are
right
the
here
most
in front of
dangerous.
us, this sailboat is being towed.
What happened?
Something
Drinking
might have broke.
over excess?
It could have been.
Yeah.
But
Heroin?
we're gonna go behind them.
Okay. So this is like a typical heroin bust out of DC. Now I think that's Senator McLaughlin.
I think so.
Senator McLaughlin?
Can you see the Capitol behind us? Has a giant condom on it.
Yeah, it is fantastic for 4th of July.
Oh my gosh, it's gonna be amazing.
Fireworks are literally right there, right there. I don't have plans in case you guys. Just mentioning that.
Hey, you're always welcome. Absolutely. Any
So
your family.
the throttle is the speed?
The throttle is the speed.
Okay.
And, okay, you have left and right throttle.
Right.
That's for the left and right engine. If I go ahead and put the left throttle
It'll start
forward
to pivot.
and put the right throttle back,
Yeah. It's almost like a rowboat. It's like
exactly.
kind of doing the thing.
You'll see, we're going to sit there and
Oh, yeah. Look at that.
you start turning this way. But we're not going to do that.
That's awesome.
So, if you go to an area that there's another marina to the left or the right, the port or starboard, you'll see the marina ahead of time. And normally you'll see a white buoy. If you see that buoy that's way up there,
Oh, yeah. Wow, yeah.
that white buoy is like the no wake zone marker.
And that's called the Baba Buoy, right?
Or didn't was it on buoy? Is it on now? Dude, it's not on. You know what?
Dad?
It was pivoting, though.
Exactly, yeah.
This is great. You can't script this stuff because it's the challenges you would expect in a Bond movie. You don't. Not everything's supposed to work.
No, you're right. But everything has worked up until this point.
Yeah.
You know? So it is what it is.
let me ask you a question.
My parents.
So you've seen all the Bond films, obviously, right?
Yeah.
So a lot of the boat tricks that you see and the things happening with the boats, how much of that is realistic? I mean, like Quantum of Solace, when he's like jumping over things and things are exploding, and
You know, I got to be honest. I like the imagination of Ian and Bond, and I like to think anything's possible. Now, I haven't done it.
it's a very diplomatic way of saying it.
Yeah, I do. I mean, obviously, you know, would you willingly be the one doing it? I don't know, you know? But I've been in some crazy situations before. I've had boats coming directly at me where everybody in the boat's freaking out. It's late at night, and probably some drunk guys just not paying attention.
Yeah.
Bigger boat than you. And I've had aircraft carriers.
What?
I was in a sailboat. Yes. Yeah.
Oh my
So, I
God.
mean, anything's possible, but I've
Anything's
never done any cool Bond stuff. And
So no
you know,
speedboats like Live and Let Die jumping over like racist sheriffs and things like that.
Unless you plan it, or unless you're the luckiest guy in the world, yeah. Otherwise, you're pretty much toast.
Good to know. Good to know.
Yeah, this is telling me right now we're in about 4 feet of water.